evening and welcome to this edition of Newsleader on 6. I'm Jim Fuller.
And I'm Amelia Marquez. In tonight's news, tax revenues for the state of Tennessee continue to rise, boosted in part by the recently enacted Improved Act. Tullahoma Wildcats head coach John Olive will talk about remaining games of the 2017 season. We'll bring you part 2 of Philip Scoggins' interview with astronaut Walt Cunningham, and we'll bring you a video from a goat festival held last weekend. We'll have these stories and more on tonight's Newsleader on 6.
It's football time in Tennessee, and nobody tackles the competition like the Russell Barnett Automotive family. With 6 different locations, 8 new car franchises, over 1,000 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from, a certified collision center with lifetime paint guarantee, Russell Barnett Hometown Auto Rental. Let our family exceed your expectations at the Russell Barnett Automotive family. And remember, why buy anywhere else?
All I have to do to think about what I was physically before and what I am now, and I don't ever want to go back to that original situation.
The overall mission of the rehab team is always what is best for the patient and how we can facilitate maximum potential from every resident.
Well, the most important thing to me is that I'm allowed to do whatever I want to do, you know.
Everyday miracles at Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Welcome back. Tennessee's revenues exceeded budgeted estimates for the second month of the state's fiscal year. Finance and Administration Commissioner Larry Martin on Wednesday reported that overall September revenues were $1.4 billion, which is $48.3 million more than September of last year and $58.8 million more than the budgeted estimate. The growth rate for September was 3.68%.
Commissioner Martin said, quote, "Sales tax revenues reflecting August consumer activity recorded positive gains compared to the same time period 1 year ago, while corporate tax revenues posted negative growth. All other revenues together recorded healthy growth compared to last year and were driven primarily by increased road user taxes resulting from passage of Improved Act in April of this year during the previous legislative session," end quote. Year-to-date revenues for the past 2 months were $44 million, more than budgeted amount.
The Tullahoma Wildcats had a much-needed weekend off last week. They resumed play this Friday night for the final 2 games of the season. Head coach John Olive talks about this season and the remaining games.
All right, Coach, we have 3 weeks left in the season, and of course this next week is going to be fall break for the second week of fall break. Right. And are you going to let you guys have a week off there?
They get 5 days off.
5 days.
We'll regather back up next Thursday.
Right.
Thursday afternoon. We'll come back together and
get started for Giles County comes after that, and we traveled to Giles County. Last night they played Maury County?
Marshall County.
Marshall County. I don't know why I want to keep throwing Maury County in this deal. Yeah, Marshall County, I think they got beat 37-27, something like that.
Something like that. Marshall was able to outscore them.
Right. But they're a good football team. They
are a good football team. They have an outstanding quarterback. Backus, I think is his name. And we played against him last year. And, I think he's committed to go to UT Martin right now. So hands will be full. We go to Pulaski for that game. We'll end up with senior night on that Friday night against Maplewood, which will be our last region game. And don't know right now whether that game will be anything other than finish a season or whether we're playing for an opportunity to go to the second season. There's several things got to happen over the next 2 weeks.
But for that to fall into place, we need to win these next 2 ball games we're involved in.
Got to beat Maplewood no matter what.
Right.
You know, Giles County is an out-of-region game, so that one, other than you need as many wins as possible if we end up in a 3-way tie. You want to be able to have as many wins possible to see if you can't get that slot. So anyway, that's where we are. And
Coach, I know you're happy with the win and the way things are going here, and just keep it rolling. And I hope you have a little bit of time in one of your jobs, either the coach or the athletic director, I hope one of them slacks off a little bit where you get to have just a little bit of free time to do something enjoyable.
We'll relax here for a couple of days.
Okay, that's great.
Astronaut Walt Cunningham was in town last week. Philip Scoggins asked Walt about the space exploration future and if he thought NASA or the privately owned SpaceX company would land the first human on Mars.
Who do you believe will win the race to Mars? And would you go if you
That's a good question. See, who do you believe will win the race to Mars? NASA or SpaceX?
And would you go?
Do I?
And would you go?
Am I free to be honest about this? Well, the world is changing. And in many ways, the commercial world has a lot of advantages. Because government agencies, whether we like it or not, or whatever they're doing, as they become more political, they add people and they get bigger and bigger. It takes longer and longer to do things, and they end up being involved in stuff that has nothing to do with it. For example, NASA is now fairly highly involved in STEM education. That's a space agency. I don't think that's a right way to be spending their money. They've spent a lot of time with taking the stupid position that the guy there did on this global warming fiasco. So they're a little bit oriented, a little bit different. I think that cost-wise, the commercial area, SpaceX seems to be running ahead of most of them. That's going to stay in there. Not to mention the fact that I think the politics may end up slowing down the government enough on decisions that the commercial has an advantage. But I think that in the end, eventually, it's going to have a role for both of them. Some of the things that NASA has done over the years in developing boosters and things like this, they're not able to catch up too much, most of the companies on the civilian side. I've been very impressed, though. NASA's never had a booster that, after first stage launches, comes back and lands. That's very impressive that SpaceX has been doing. So I can't tell you, because you talk about going to Mars. My personal feeling is there's not a soul in this room who is going to be old enough to see us land on Mars. And I also believe that the unmanned program, which has cost a lot less, has been doing a whole lot in looking at Mars. But what's going to happen, remember I talked about, in my talk, I was talking about the frontier, Magellan breaking the frontier, going around the Earth, and we broke the frontier of getting out of the Earth's gravitation. There'll come a time when the society of those days sees that the next frontier, the next thing they have to break is getting away for some reason. Now, do I think it's going to come anytime soon on Mars? No. I think also I happen to believe that the only sensible way of ever going to Mars is to establish the capability of the facilities and demonstrate the capability of going to the moon and doing that. So you can call me, I guess, more of a pessimist about the Mars mission.
We'll be back after these messages.
I have 30 seconds to tell you about RussellBarnett.com. Where can you find over 1,000 new and pre-owned vehicles? RussellBarnett.com. Where can you get your trade appraised? RussellBarnett.com. Where can you get financing done? RussellBarnett.com. Where can you get collision repair assistance? RussellBarnett.com. Where can you get auto rental assistance? RussellBarnett.com. We are the one-stop shop, one click away. Why click anywhere else?
When your family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
Welcome back. The Becky Bueller concert held at South Jackson Civic Center last Saturday night was a big success. John Gray brings us this video of a reception held in her honor.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here is B Cubed coming down the hall. The Becky Buller Band. Hey! Hello, Beck. How are you, darling? And this is the reception room tonight for Becky Buller, and it's sort of the meet and greet, and it's a gift from Becky and South Jackson to all of our sponsors who help us with the entertainment series. It's just a way to say thank you to all of them.
This is a really wonderful occasion because we are kicking off our 38th season, and we're thrilled to have Becky Buller and her band here this evening to help us get things going just right. Becky, would you like to introduce your bandmates here?
Sure, this is Nate Lee. He plays the mandolin and fiddle with us. He lives in Nashville. This is CJ Garskoff, our sound engineer from Johnson City, Tennessee right now. And Daniel Harden, just down the road in Lynchburg. Dan Boner, he's a professor at East Tennessee State University and head of their bluegrass department over there in Johnson City. And then Ned Liberecki on the banjo.
We're just thrilled y'all are here. We couldn't do what we do here without the support of our community. And I would like for you all to take a look at this sign. These are our season sponsors. We are grateful to Jim Conley, Jacobs, Life Care Center, and we have Tammy and her husband here representing the Life Care Center tonight. Traders Bank, Nancy is here from Traders, and Roxy. They both work hard and they do a lot of good publicity for us at Traders, and we are so thankful for that. Southern Community Bank, Citizens Tri-County Bank, First Vision Bank, U.S. Bank, Creative Health Consultants, Raymond James, Wesley Frazier, agent, Dave's Culbertson Funeral Home. They won't let us down until we have to. Sting McNabb, Russell Barnett, Light Tube. Alan, where are you? There. Alan Kekritz is with Mid-State Piano Gallery, and he is a fine musician himself, our piano tuner tech. And we're just so glad you're here. I'm sorry you're not feeling well, but thanks for making the effort to be here. Light Tube, Channel 6 The Link, my husband John Gray, who's one of the links and one of the P-heads of P-head Productions. McMurr's, 3TM, Tullahoma Lock and Security, Drain Masters, Squad 1 Extinguishers, Cheryl Pest Control, Holiday Inn Express, and of course we're grateful to the State of Tennessee and the Arts Commission for support, the Community Foundation of Middle Tennessee, the City of Tullahoma, and the Walmart Foundation. So we are very grateful. In addition to those sponsors, we are very blessed to have businesses in the community that give our membership special discounts in their stores. So we're grateful for those, and we're also grateful for our season subscribers. It really helps to have the subscription sold so we can go about planning our season and hoping that we're going to attract more and more people in. Blossom is here representing the Mitchell Museum, which is open for your perusal, and we thank you, Blossom, for that. All right, at this time, I have the privilege of introducing the First Lady of Tullahoma, Evelyn Curley, who is representing her husband, my classmate, Lane Curley. Evelyn has a special presentation to make. Becky, would you come over, please?
I just wanted to welcome you and your band to Tullahoma, and thank you for continuing the great tradition of music on our stage. We're so glad to have you here. It's a special day for us, but it's also a special day for you. I'm going to read this to you. The City of Tullahoma Certificate of Recognition presented to the Becky Buller Band on behalf of the 18,655 citizens that call Tullahoma home, and by the authority vested in Lane as Mayor of Tullahoma, I now proclaim in recognition of the Becky Buller Band performance and reception, today, Saturday, October 14th, is Becky Buller Band Day in Tullahoma.
Oh.
I've never had a day.
It's Band Day.
I've had many days, but none of them ever named after Becky.
Is that a first?
It is.
Well, yeah. First of many to come. So again, thank you. We're thrilled. Becky is a great representative of Coffee County, a Minnesota girl who found her way to Tennessee, and we're so thrilled. Thank you, Jeff, for keeping me.
Thank y'all very much.
More Newsleader on 6 is coming up in a moment.
It's not invoice. It's not MSRP. It's not Christmas Day, although it may feel like it. It's the lowest prices in Middle Tennessee, period. It's a Stan McNabb Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram or Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac before these prices are gone forever.
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
So you've been meaning to do something healthy, commune with nature, get outdoors and meet new people. We have the perfect solution. Come hike with us. You can find a Tennessee Trails Association chapter near you, including Clarksville, Columbia Franklin, Highland Rim, Jackson, Knoxville, Oak Ridge, Memphis, Murfreesboro, Nashville, Plateau at Crossville, and Upper Cumberland. We're on the web at TennesseeTrails.org. It's fun, it's stress-free, and it's good for you. See you on the trails.
Welcome back. There were no walking horse shows this past weekend, so our What a Horse film crew visited our neighboring cities for their annual Goat Festival. CJ Henry brings us this video.
Right beside me, I only keep it just for him. If he ever comes back again, yeah. When he comes, then he will need this old pistol right beside me. He's gonna need to say a prayer. Where he's going, you know I'll be there. You won't try to bring me down and tear my dreams apart, but this time you broke the wrong girl's heart. When I feel the cold of the steel as I hold it in my hand, yeah, tonight you're a wanted man.
The pet of the week this week at the Tullahoma Animal Shelter is a border collie mix named Bree, who entered the shelter as a stray. She's approximately 2 years old, up to date on her vaccinations, heartworm negative, and good with other dogs and children. She will receive a free spay provided by the animal shelter. Be sure to check out the shelter on Facebook for information about upcoming events and fundraisers. Remember, you can help support your local shelter by adopting, donating, or volunteering. For more details, contact Teresa at 454-9580. The Tullahoma Animal Shelter is located at 942 Maplewood Avenue.
The Coffee County Humane Society featured pets this week is Trish. Trish has been at the shelter a long time and needs a home as soon as possible. The shelter also has many other dogs available for adoption at 1210 Oakdale Street in Manchester. Hours of operation at the shelter are 7:30 a.m. until 2:30 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. until 1 p.m. on Saturday. The shelter's phone number is 723-2730. Donations for animal care can be made to the Coffee County Humane Society at P.O. Box 252 in Manchester. Their website is www.coffeehumane.org.
And we'll be right back in a moment with more Newsleader on 6.
Russell Barnett Hometown Auto Rental has proudly served your auto rental for over 30 years. Check out this huge selection to choose from. Small car, mid-size car, full-size car, crossover vehicle, SUV, minivan, pickup trucks, 12 and 15 passenger vans. Whether big or small, Russell Barnett Hometown Auto Rental has them all. Stop by our 2 locations to serve you, Tullahoma and in Winchester. And remember, my question is, why rent anywhere else?
Here at Manchester Funeral Home, we know the importance of living and working in our local community because it's those families who we serve during their time of need honorably. We believe in supporting local business and offer only 100% Batesville caskets, the best in the industry and a driver of our local economy. If you want straightforward and fair pricing while working with the people you know, choose Manchester Funeral Home, serving your community since 1932. And pre-planning and pre-funding can be the best gift you ever leave your loved ones. Call us to pre-arrange. Manchester Funeral Home. Our family, caring for your family since 1932.
Get caught buzzed driving, and you could do some hard time.
Craig, knock it off.
Sorry, Mom. It could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. And that could set you back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back. Tonight we'll bring you our final installment from this year's Kiwanis Club 41A Music and Arts Festival. Let's watch this performance by the classic rock band Salem Creek.
And stay with us. Your weather forecast is coming up next.
Russell's got your truck, man. Russell's got your truck. Chevy, Ford, and Ram, man. Russell's got your truck. With the best selection anywhere. Russell's got your truck.
Keith Barnett here at the Russell Barnett Automotive family, and man, do we ever have your truck. 4 brands, hundreds to choose from, all at year-end discounted prices. So with so much to choose from, my question is, why buy your next truck anywhere else?
Russell's got your truck, man.
The highest standard of excellence requires dedication and commitment. It's established over time. You know when you see it. You know when you feel it. There's a standard of excellence in healthcare. It's the Joint Commission Gold Seal of Approval. In 2003, Life Care Center of Tullahoma voluntarily achieved this accreditation and maintains it still today. Life Care, meeting a higher standard because residents matter most.
How long has it been since you raced a cheetah? Are your tornado creating skills getting rusty? Tired of being the only one in your neighborhood who hasn't built a dinosaur? Sounds like it's time to visit the Hands-On Science Center. The Hands-On Science Center is an indoor science playground. In this museum, please touch is the rule. Join us for weekly science demonstrations on space, lasers, lizards, rocks, and a whole lot more. No 2 visits are ever the same, so visit often to see our ever-changing exhibits and demonstrations. The Hands-On Science Center, 101 Mitchell Boulevard in Tullahoma.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this day. Our record high was in 1941 at 85 degrees. The record low was in 1948 at 24 degrees. The average high on this day is 71 and the average low is 45. Partly cloudy weather expected tonight with a low of around 46. Partly cloudy weather in the forecast for Friday with a high of 78 and a low of 50. And mostly cloudy weather expected on Saturday with a high of 78 and a low of 60. And that's our Newsleader report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6, 8, and 10 for Newsleader on 6. You have a good evening.
And from all of us on Newsleader 6 wishes you and your families a wonderful weekend. Thank you.